Good morning. This is your 8:15 daily operations weather briefing. Seeing some mostly cloudy conditions to start the day today. Overall, expecting a fairly seasonable and quiet weather day as we move through our working hours. We do have a warm front lifting through the area with a cold front trailing behind that. That's going to bring in some rain chances as we move through the overnight time frame and possibly seeing some rain lingering into the day tomorrow. If you take a look at the current surface analysis, we can see that uh, this boundary is going to lift through the area as a warm boundary, and then eventually this front will come through uh, again, bringing some rain chances this evening. Behind it, as this area of low pressure tracks eastward, we're going to continue to see a tight pressure gradient as we move through Tuesday as well as into Wednesday. So that's going to bring in some breezy conditions, likely seeing a wind advisory as we move into the day tomorrow, and that will likely hold as we go into the day on Wednesday as well. If we take a look at the current conditions this morning, a broken deck at 10,000 feet, winds are fairly calm. Temperature 51 degrees, relative humidity is at 80%. Quick look at the current visible satellite. We can see that cloud layer still uh, socked in over the local area, expecting that to continue to be the case as we move through much of the day today. Could see a few breaks at times, as we could see some indicated from the satellite here. As we get into the later afternoon, we will likely see a period of some partly cloudy skies before the clouds build back in with some of that shower activity potential moving through the overnight time frame. Take a look at the short-term high-resolution model, see how we expect things to play out today. Again, dry conditions expected as we go through the day today, slightly breezy, and seeing milder conditions, what we have been seeing lately. But as we move into the evening time frame, again, could see some partly cloudy conditions before becoming cloudy once again, moving through the overnight time frame, mainly as we get past the 22 or 23 local time is when we'll start to see a chance for some showers pushing through the area. The high-res model here, a bit bullish with some of the activity, more bullish than some of the other models, but still there's going to see that chance of showers pushing through after 22 to 23 local. And with these high reflectivity simulated here, do have a possibility of seeing even some lightning with this activity pushing through, about a 30% chance of that occurring. And then we should see much of it pushing through and off the coast as we get past the 2 to 3 a.m. time frame, with just some clouds sticking around as we move into the start of the day on Tuesday. Tuesday we will see a chance for some lingering showers through the first part of the day, mainly till about possibly as late as the early afternoon, but much of it should be mainly during the first part of the day before pushing off, and we'll really start to see those winds cranking up behind that as we go into the evening time Tuesday evening, as well as continuing into the day on Wednesday. But things will start drying out. We'll start to see skies clearing as we move into the middle of the week. So looking at the 24-hour weather vision chart for today, do have green conditions through our working hours today, seeing a high temperature around 66 degrees this afternoon. Winds will generally be out of the south-southwest to south as we get later in the afternoon. Peak winds today, 18 knots, and then going into the evening time frame, as mentioned, could see some partly cloudy conditions. Before clouds build back in, moving past that 22 to 23 local time frame is when we pick up that orange chance for precip and a yellow risk for lightning, as that chance potential for some shower and storm activity pushes through. And then again, seeing that coming to an end mainly as we pass the 2 a.m. time frame. I do expect possibility for some peak wind gusts up to 21 knots with a potential shower pushing through, and then we'll see those winds turning more west-southwesterly to westerly and staying slightly breezy as we get to the start of the day on Tuesday. Tides are running normal. Tuesday we keep a yellow chance for some shower activity continuing, again as mentioned, through the first part of the day. Very slight chance of a thunderstorm, but not very likely the way things are looking at this time. Otherwise, we'll see some breaks in the clouds later in the day. We'll start off slightly breezy, and then we'll likely see very breezy conditions late in the day. So we do have an orange risk for winds that are above 25 knots, with a high probability we'll see a wind advisory that will most likely be later in the day, more towards the afternoon time frame. We'll see our high temperature Up around 66 degrees going into Tuesday night. We'll see some cooler temperatures with a low around 45 degrees. Staying breezy to slightly breezy through the evening time frame and decreasing clouds, staying partly cloudy through much of the time frame. We keep a yellow risk for those elevated winds, possibly lingering into the evening. And then Wednesday, we'll once again see a breezy day, but more in the way of sun, seeing partly cloudy conditions overall. Could see some periods of some mostly cloudy conditions with a cumulus field building in, but otherwise slightly cooler with a high of 59 degrees, and do keep that red risk for those elevated winds with the wind advisory looking fairly likely for Wednesday as well. That's going to wrap up the 8:15 daily operations weather briefing. We'll be back again at 10 a.m. to take a look at the extended forecast. Enjoy your morning.